Candor by Stephen Sinclair. The time travelers were going to kill the boy. Properly speaking, their supervisors had told them they were not really time travelers. Apparently, the portals didn't open into the past, but into a parallel universe. And whilst some limited communication with the home universe was possible, they were marooned here forever. But they were determined to kill Sanderson, determined to save this parallel from becoming the hell on earth that the boy would one day make on the homeworld. A hell from which he would not even spare the human imagination. The travelers in the Cadre had been carefully chosen. The men and women were not simply assassins. They were, to some extent, also colonists, who would hopefully guide this world down a better path. They knew the boy walked this way alone, often. The spot had been chosen carefully, a coastal path, narrow, trees on one side, water the other. Drones would not be used. They would all actually see Sanderson dead. It had been required of all of the Cadre to read the book called Candor the boy would one day write. In nearly 20 years' time. It was always part of basic training for the resistance. Most of them had read it in a lust of hatred, sitting in an almost physical miasma of loathing and bitterness. But they'd all been told the same old true things. It has to be done. Know your enemy. And as they waited under the trees, needle guns at ready, some of them remember parts of the book. I am often asked, does the union of the English-speaking people into one polity reduce Great Britain to the status of another state of the United States? And I am honest, candid, as I always try to be. I tell them an emphatic yes, but I also ask them another question. Is this union I have made, I, whose mother was English and father American, a revival of and continuation of the British Empire? I don't let them answer. Instead, I say yes, 1,000 times yes. The entire continent of Africa must be ours. We need it as a defense bulwark. We need the resources. The most successful African group of all time are the so-called African Americans, a term for my countrymen I despise. We will give the people their full citizenship within the Union. But I'm going to be honest here. If they resist, we will kill them. Is this harsh? Yes, but it has to be done. Destiny points us here. I am the enemy of ethno-nationalism, but civic nationalism is, at the beginning, weak. Over the centuries we will forge a new ethnic group. But to do this, in the Union's infancy, ruthless measures must be taken. I'm often asked about my enthusiastic women followers. When the great riots or civic upheavals, which were actually civil wars, broke out in Britain and the USA, the scales, so to speak, fell from their eyes. Having seen what happened to so many of their own gender, they saw what had to be done. They have freed themselves from both the traces of what I'll choose to call the last vestiges of Victorian little girl training and feminism. One made females compare themselves in unfavorable ways with men. The other told them that freedom was hiking around South America, swigging down Jack Daniels. If a trench or ditch must be dug for the union of the English-speaking peoples, then what's wrong with having 4 girls digging at one end and 2 boys at the other? As long as the work is done, they have complete civic equality. The so-called nationalists in places like Australia and Canada are traitors to the Union. They must all be destroyed. As always, I am honest with you all. At the local level, we want more and more democracy. But there are issues so important that... They got ready. The boy, Sanderson, was close now.